kitchen. Today I am going to be sharing this 4-ingredient fudgy chocolate brownie recipe with you guys that is honestly so good. It is dairy-free, gluten-free, sugar-free, crap-free, processed-free, but don't let that shy you away from actually trying this recipe. They are amazing. So last week, this is my second week on the hormone detox. I'm trying to do it for a month, going strong on the second week. I'm feeling really good. My skin's like super glowing and everything. But anyways, I got my period on the first week, a little TMI, but it shows you guys I was really craving chocolate and cookies and brownies, and like especially at night after dinner, just like that little sweet thing. And I was just like, what am I gonna do? I mean, I just really want some chocolate. And I found actually this Lily's dark chocolate that is sweetened with stevia and it has no milk. So this is a great option, but I wanted something a little bit more. So anyways, this brownie recipe was invented and it is so amazing. So I had to share it with you guys. And honestly, I'm just filming this so I can make again because they're so good. So let's dive into it. Really, you only need 4 ingredients. I have a couple extra ingredients here just because they add that little touch, like some chocolate, some strawberries to have with the brownies, just like a little bit of berries. I really think and vanilla extract. That's really only the extra ingredients. But let's dive in. So what you're going to need first is some cocoa powder or cacao powder. Cacao powder is actually raw cocoa powder. So this is what you want because it has more minerals and nutrients, B vitamins, so good for you. We have French gray sea salt. You can use like Himalayan salt, sea salt. I love the French gray because you're getting that added dose of minerals, super good for you. We have a combo of ghee and refined coconut oil. So I like to use refined just for when I'm cooking something that I don't want that coconutty flavor in. And in these brownies, I'm not really craving like a coconutty. I want more of like a fudgy, like thick, chocolatey, chunky flavor. So I don't want coconut. So I did a bit of that. I did half of the refined and then half of the ghee. And I'll be telling you guys the measurements in just a sec when we whip it up. And then I also want to throw in some vanilla extract. We have that Lily's dark chocolate that I was showing you. I'm gonna throw on that whole bar. I have half a cup of raw honey. I'll tell you guys more about the measurements in just a sec. 4 large eggs. And that's really it. That's all we need. I'm gonna start off. This is an 8-inch just square baking pan. Perfect for the brownies. And we're just gonna line the bottom with some parchment paper. So we have that here. And the parchment paper is actually already cut for me because I made these maybe like 3 or 4 days ago. Couldn't stop thinking about them. Maybe I made them like 2 days ago. I made them over the weekend. Okay. So yeah, you just want to get a little square of parchment paper just to line the bottom so they can pop out. Don't worry about the sides. We don't need anything for that because the brownies have that coconut oil and the ghee. They're gonna pop out really nicely. Okay, so now we're ready to dive in and start on the actual brownie mixture. So the first thing you guys want to do is you want to take a 1/4 cup. So I did half and half, so to make a full 1/4 cup, so an 1/8 of coconut oil and an 1/8 of ghee, 1/8 cup, and I melted them over the stove. So I actually already have them pre-melted here just in this pot. So I would highly recommend you guys go and do that first, just so it can cool down for a minute. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna crack the eggs into the bowl. So get about a medium-sized mixing bowl. That would be the perfect size. Here, 4 eggs. I get these eggs from a farm, a local farm at the farmer's market. And they have honestly the best eggs. They're non-GMO. I just love getting as much of my food local as I can. And it's just so good for you. And it supports your community as well. Okay, so 4 eggs. Got that going. And I'm gonna whisk them up. I'm gonna whisk them up really good. And I'm gonna add in some vanilla. Honestly, I don't really measure, and when I kind of threw this together late at night, I didn't measure anything actually. So I had to kind of figure things out for you guys, but you wanna just do a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Okay, so once we got that beaten, I'm going to add in the ghee and the coconut oil. So it's like a nice melted consistency. If you don't want to use ghee, you just want to use coconut oil or vice versa, feel free to go ahead. Ghee has a stronger flavor, so that's why I mixed it up with coconut oil and did half and half. You're just gonna gently mix that together. Okay, so once it's whisked up really well, You guys can see I'm like going at it, I'm beating it up pretty well. So we're gonna add in a half a cup of raw honey. So I actually measured this. And I always like to measure my sweetener because if you do too little with this recipe, the cocoa powder, or cacao powder I should say, is really bitter. So you don't want to like the brownies to be too bitter and you don't want them to be too sweet. So, and honey can really go either way. So you have to really be kind of more specific with the honey. Okay, so we're gonna mix that in. I'm going to add in the cocoa powder. So I'm gonna do about 3/4 cup of cocoa powder. This brand I just picked up. I actually just ran to the health food store before filming because we ran out of cocoa powder. And I found this brand called Wildly Organic, and it is fermented, which will obviously make the nutrients in the cacao powder more bioavailable. So that was like really interesting to me. Yeah, so about 3/4 cups of cacao powder is perfect. You don't have to sift it in because it'll blend in pretty well. Just give that a good whisk, but not too hard to get on your white shirt. And they smell so good. Okay. I'm just gonna add a pinch of the sea salt, just like a little hefty pinch, or a half a teaspoon would be good. I'm gonna save some, so I kind of want to sprinkle a little bit of sea salt on the top. That is totally optional if you guys want to do that, but I definitely will. I did it the first time and it was so good. I just love that little bit of like saltiness on like chocolate chip cookies or brownies. Okay, this is looking so chocolatey and yummy. This recipe is heaven. It's literally giving me life on this cleanse. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to chop up the chocolate. The easiest method ever is simply just to open up the chocolate bar. So I'm just gonna break it off into a few pieces like this. And then I'm gonna get a baggie. I'm gonna get a little baggie. These are actually from IKEA and they are biodegradable, which I really like because I don't like to use plastic. Just like get the air out, seal it off really good. Literally all you do, I'm gonna carefully pour out about half of the chocolate chunks into the bowl. And then I'm gonna sprinkle the remaining half on the top of the brownies. I'm gonna mix these guys in. So chocolatey and thick, yummy. Guys, like these are so good. Okay, so now that we have them all mixed up, time to just transfer them into your pan. I've just got one of these little spatulas. Man, this is so good. It literally smells like junky brownies. Like just the fact of making guilt-free fudgy brownies you can eat on a cleanse even, that are good for your skin even. I am in for this. Okay, so once you have all your batter scraped off, I'm literally going all out to scrape every single piece of this chocolate off. You want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees, which I probably should have told you guys at the beginning, so it could preheat while you're making it. But hopefully you watch this video before you actually make them. Okay, so we're gonna get that in. Oh man, they're really good. Okay, sprinkle the chocolate. And then I'm gonna finish off with just using a little bit of the French gray sea salt. You can use, again, any type of salt that you'd like. You don't even have to do this step and just sprinkle a little tiny bit on the top, just for like that salted brownie taste. And this is what it looks like. Hello, brownies. Okay, now I'm gonna pop them in the oven. And wow, I need to clean my oven. So you wanna cook them for 30 minutes. I just put the timer on, so it's already counting down. And I will see you in 30 minutes with the brownies. Hey guys, so I just took the brownies out of the oven, and you're technically supposed to wait 30 minutes before you eat them, but I'm gonna dive in because I just wanna show you guys what they look like, and I really wanna eat one, to be honest. And let's do a big brownie. Totally didn't cut that very well. Oh, brownie. Look at that brownie right now. And this looks amazing. Okay, so for the final taste test. So good. So good. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Excuse me if I have chocolate on my teeth right now. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Hit subscribe to join in. I do videos every week, and I will see you later. Bye guys. There's my strawberries. I was like, what was that?